Hard pass.
Hard pass, yeah.
I just want to see it for the audience. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Jesus Christ, that escalated quick. I like it. I'll watch TV once in a while. I have my programs that I watch, but I got other stuff to do, man.
Right.
You know, better things. I mean, there's a whole world out there. Video games.
Now, let me ask you this: have you ever been in law enforcement or anything like that?
I haven't been in law enforcement, but my job. Now, I'm not a spokesman. Let me get a disclaimer here. I'm not a spokesman for the Golden Gate Bridge. I work on the Golden Gate Bridge. So when I say I give back to society, I fell into this job totally by chance. Took a test, did good, met some people, great interview. And I'm a first responder on the Golden Gate Bridge. So we do the firefighting, search and rescue, suicide prevention. We talk people back over the railings.
You like how I did that? I did a little bit of research. I remember some of the things you told me a few years back.
You know, these would go better if we didn't point out the segues that we...
No, we got it. So people understand that, you know, we did some
That it was on purpose?
Yeah.
So we look like we know what
We know what's going on.
So first responder.
So,
These fucking jackasses.
Jesus Christ, yeah. All right. Wow. That was great. We're not going to point out the segues, but we're going to go into this one right now. So I fell on the job totally by accident. Like I said, we do the firefighting, search and rescue, talk suicidal people back over, recover bodies if that
Off
happens.
a bridge?
Off the bridge,
Damn.
down below in the moat or on the beach or something. We work with
How
Coast
hard
Guard.
is that to find? I mean, you
That's
hear
gotta-
these stories about half the people you don't find, apparently.
Some of the old timers before the cameras were out there,
Yeah.
they would tell me stories that they would they would make a pass on the bridge. They'd go south or something and see somebody at a light pole, call it out, and it's a foggy night, make a loop. By the time they get there, they're gone. You know, so like, oh, maybe they jumped, or maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. I don't know.
Right.
You know, and then if we do catch somebody that does go over, we throw a flare, goes in the water, gives off a plume of smoke and a light, and Coast Guard call them, come up from Coast Guard, and they follow them, try to track it, and they make a recovery, hopefully. You know.
Right. Then the current carries the flare in the practical direction that
practical,
they would be.
kind of an idea, gives an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great job, man. You give back to society, and literally we drive the tow truck, the fire truck, the burial machine. We drive everything out there, and it's a great job. You know, it's a great job. And I work on a postcard, you know,
Right.
and people come from all over the world to see it, and I'm just an ambassador, and I try to be friendly and nice to everybody that comes out there, even if you're having a bad day.
Yeah, the eye patch thing. And with
I want to. Now I'm gonna. Now I'm gonna. So even if you're having a bad day out there, it's kind of hard, you know, because it's beautiful out there. And you got to remember, people come there from all over the world to see it. And you're an ambassador, you know what I mean?
Right.
So just make somebody's day.
How often are there jumpers and stuff?
Ooh.
Because I know that's a weird number, right? I mean,
All right. Well, this is, I don't know if legally I could say stuff, but
sure
there's...
you can. Nobody watches this shit.
Yeah, no one. I tell you what, so...
We want him to keep his job.
I would like to keep my job. I have a family and bills to pay. But
rough number. Guesstimate.
I'll tell you what. This is what I can tell you. There are bolos. Be on the lookouts for them.
Right.
And we work with the patrol officers as well. These patrol officers are some heroes. They get anywhere from 1 to 10 bolos a day that they pull off.
Damn.
Wow.
The people there are amazing at their job. We
So-
are all. It's a teamwork, and everybody's amazing from the manager down to the captain, down to the chief, down to our level. Just it's an amazing flow, and it's
So-
like a family.
Is it safe to say that there are more lives saved than there are
There is more
bodies recovered?
Oh, yeah, that I could say. There is more life saved. Yeah, there than
Great man.
there's actually more life saved, and there's people out there that are heroes every day, and they just do an amazing job. And man, it's just I work with some guys that are just fantastic human beings.
Wow. Why don't we
Yeah.
talk more about this during the show?
Well,
Well, that's
like-
why I brought it up.
like I said, I'm not a spokesperson, so at all.
Right. So you don't have the...
Yeah,
But
there's limited things I can say.
No, I
respectable-
understand.
You know, the thing is, you don't hear about
No.
this particular.
So
job.
you-
Really. I didn't...
I'm born and raised in San Francisco, and I didn't know about this job until my friend Brian was working there, and he says, "Hey man, you got to check out this job. You got to go for it." And he,
Dude, I found out about this job because you're telling me right now.
Oh yeah. So it's the job really doesn't get talked about, I suppose, because you know we don't want
Yeah, negative press.
negative.
First of all.
Yeah, you
press.
say
We don't-
something, and then all of a sudden the city of San Francisco is like,
Oh
dude,
my
we
God,
gotta let
really?
you go.
Yeah, no,
we gotta make up a story that you're on drugs. That's why you said the stupid shit that you said.
No, it's just we don't want people to come out there, just
try it.
Yeah, just try jumping and stuff like that bridge documentary. If you ask me, my opinion,
Yeah, bad call.
I don't like that documentary. Just now, people are like, oh, spotlight on the bridge. Let's go. Now it just kind of escalates. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean?
Because now it's a bigger thing. Oh, I'm gonna be remembered.
Right. So
People have that
It's
mentality, yeah.
sad. I mean, mental depression is horrible.
It
It's
is.
horrible.
It is.
You know, it's their perception is their reality. You know.
Well, that's why I was so impressed when you said, my father was broken, and then even admitting your own, cracks in yourself, is because that is a big step in recovery from mental issues. And we're not even talking about just, being born with something. I'm just talking about depression and being down and addictions and those sort of things. And just admitting it takes balls. I mean, just saying it.
Just to stand up
and saying it in front of a camera, no less.
Ah, shit, dude.
You've grown from it, so to you it's natural. But for a lot of people, they can't even get there, and they have no sense of how to get there, let alone what leads them to the bridge.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Very good point. Yeah. It's a very good observation.
So that's dude. I just have to applaud you for that, because that takes a lot of
Appreciate
courage, a lot more courage than getting in a ring. Getting punched is easier than admitting that you have issues you need to work on.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I want to be a productive person in society, and I want to be a role model to my son.
Well, that's good.
So,
And I was going to say that's.
I think your son is very lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, just from what we're hearing about you today,
Yeah.
and how you really want to make sure that he isn't in a crazy world, and
well, the thing is,
unarmed.
he is going to be in a crazy world. The
Right.
thing is, we have to.
But he's not. He's not unarmed.
Yeah.
But you
All
have
the
to
tools.
prepare them differently
Yeah.
than what the world prepared you to.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is so. I got a story. Okay. How would I say it without being self-incriminating? Okay, so but I think it's hilarious. Hilarious.
Tiptoe.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna say it.
Okay,
I'm
say it.
gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. This is a funny one. All right. So,
Get a call 2 days later. Hey, dudes, can you guys cut that?
yeah. So it's funny. This is a year. Oh God, my son's 6. So yeah, it's a while ago. Okay, so
Statute of limitations has passed.
I think
7?
so.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
good.
So
7 years, right? 11?
I'm only saying this because they tried carjacking me. All right. So
Unnamed people
unnamed people.
try
I
to
don't know.
carjack an unnamed individual.
Yeah. Okay. So in the car, little tiny car. Mm-hmm. It's like a tiny little thing. I'm sitting in it.
Big man in a
Tiny jacket. And then, so the wife is just pregnant. We just came to see my friends. Come down Sacramento Street, make a right turn on Spears Street, going downtown, trying to avoid the Embarcadero to get off traffic. It's nighttime. It's dark and stuff. And then I hear a noise. And you hear a noise, and you can tell how far away it is. It's far away. And it's like, that's far. Guys hooting and hollering, no big whoop. I'm not worried. Next thing you know, I see his feet run in the front of my car. Some guy's dancing. Dancing, trying to distract my attention. And on the mirrors, I see these 2 guys, shadows coming up the side of the car. I was like, I'm like, oh, my wife's pregnant. And I'm like, I'm not going to get out. There's 3 and 1. I was like, watch this. Whoa, boom. And then she's crying, oh my God, you killed
She went over the embankment,
Yeah.
and that's why the boom boom.
Yeah, the guy,
To get
well,
away
anyways,
from-
he rolls.
The guy avoided it.
And then, he avoided it. He survived. Disclaimer, he survived. So my wife was crying and everything, and she's all, oh my God, why'd you do that? And I was like, well, we're about to get carjacked. I don't feel like getting shot or stabbed. I'm not going to fight 3 guys.
Yeah.
So,
And you're pregnant.
Yeah, you're
not gonna
pregnant.
help
So,
me right now.
what are you
You
going to
never
do?
fight with the person you're trying to protect right near you.
Yeah. So I'm just like, so I'm like, well, lesser of the evil. Boom, boom. And the guy rolled off. Honestly, he was fine. He was fine. You could see him standing up, giving me the finger and all that stuff.
Yeah, he started dancing again.
Yeah,
The next car.
And then, so she's crying. And then it's funny story. I don't want to go in that part. But,
Yeah, she's crying. It's funny.
no. And so anyway, she calls a couple of my friends, and my friends are like, yeah, you're dating BB. You're lucky. I mean, you guys almost got carjacked, And
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah.
He did you a solid, lady.
Yeah, I mean,
Calm
hell.
down.
We're
You
cool.
know what I get? Like,
I mean, the story's watered down. There's some other stuff that I can't say because it's
We're not
self-incriminating,
gonna
but that's
say it.
kind of the watered
No,
down
no, but
version.
I would have done the same exact thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
Anybody
my-
in their right mind
right.
would have done exactly what you
Right.
did.
I'm not going to get shot. I'm not going to stab. I can't fight 3
Yeah.
people. You're pregnant.
And you have your wife
Yeah.
with you who's pregnant.
And I could have done worse where I could have boom, 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 ran him over. I just
And
kind
then
of
back up and
right.
go again.
Exactly.
You didn't do that, so
No,
you're
no.
good. You're all
yeah,
right.
right. The guy
Nothing
survived,
incriminating.
rolled off, but
Yeah.
it's just you got to be like almost aware of your situation sometimes. We'll go back, crazy world.
yeah.
I want my
Yeah.
son. My son's not going to probably have the street smart. I'm not saying that I'm street smart, but he's not going to have that street smart, that lizard sense. Probably when the back of the head, the hair stands up, something's going on. Where like I kind of grew up with that. You know what I mean? Where you kind of grew up with that.
I do,
but I
yeah,
want
definitely.
to. I want to get my son to recognize certain situations, to
Right.
be able to defend himself, know why he's defending himself, and not be D-I-C-K.
I have
You know what
I have a comment on that
Yes.
because I'm constantly feeding my daughters this stuff.
What's that?
The sense.
Oh, okay.
Being able to aware.
Right.
We're walking down the street. I'm asking them questions. Did you notice that person? What is that person wearing? Do you see that car coming? I'm constantly feeding these ideas into their head while they don't have to experience the things that you guys did because of the way I've been taught and the way I understand how the brain processes information. I'm throwing this stuff nonchalantly every day. And they've gotten pretty good to the sense where they can be up on me and I don't sense them anymore. I don't let them know that they startled me, and hopefully they don't watch this part of the show. But they can get behind me and not
We're
trip
going
my
to test his
senses.
skills out in the locker room today when I go in and see if you can sense me coming up.
I'll get the video camera ready.
Just ready.
I'll get the camera ready.
No, people have tried. You know, they're doing the sneaking thing, and I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? And he's like, oh, hey. I'm like, what are you?
I'm going to go in there and be like, don't turn this rape into a murder. Just go with it.
Just say I
But
consent.
there are ways to teach that because,
Yeah.
again, like you're talking about, you don't want them to get that lizard, but you also want them to have enough sense to be like, okay, something's off. I need to be aware of what's going on.
Right.
And self-awareness and spatial awareness and your environment awareness, it's things that are not taught unless you're in that environment.
Right. There's situations where like you said, God, so there's moments like where there's different moments and different attitudes and different ways you could present yourself. Like let's say there's a bunch of crazy people out there. You're walking down the street. You kind of just want to fade into like non-existence.
Yeah.
I don't want to attract attention. You stay on your side. I
drop
stay
your
over here.
shoulders,
We'd be
stay
cool.
relaxed.
Yeah, but sometimes it's unavoidable, and if it's
Right.
unavoidable, now you got to know what to do.
Right.
You know, so you got to realize who they are, what they are.
Yeah.
You know, and
You know?
that's one of the hardest things to teach our kids, isn't it?
It is.
Because you don't want to show them that ugly side.
You don't want them to judge people that way either.
Yeah.
Can I just segue into something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I mean, the world is a beautiful and an ugly place at the
Yeah.
same time.
So,
And I got a passport and I traveled the world and I through Muay Thai and fighting and I was blessed. But then what I realized too, the United States, Canada, some parts of Mexico, Europe, some parts of Asia, Australia, first world problems, a lot of first world problems. A lot of countries you go to, it's a free for all, fucking free for all. So you better have like, I don't care. Thailand is still, there's some parts in Thailand you go, you better fucking keep your head on a swivel.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you go to parts in Mexico, you better be
Oh, yeah.
respectful.
in the
The
Philippines.
FA?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, people that live in the United States are complaining about a lot of first world problems. Oh man, it's horrible. It's horrible. I tell people, you want to see some true atrocities
Yeah,
and
go
travel, and then come back here. You can have a different perspective.
You don't even really have to travel. Go to any ghetto in America.
Yeah.
Okay, it's true. I get you. Ghettos in America, some of them are horrifying and nasty places to us, but some people come from China or other places. They're
That's
like
nothing.
This is you go to China, like you go to Thailand. They don't have cable.
Disneyland.
That makes
They
sense.
don't have
yeah.
cable TV.
Yeah.
They don't have running water.
They don't have shoes.
They don't have shoes. I've been to places in the world like people like their ghettos are like I wouldn't even call it a shack. It would be like maybe a tin roof.
Favelas, that's
Yeah,
what
the
it is.
nice steel.
Yeah. So I mean, to them, like I remember I had a friend, Vietnamese kid, Tuan, and we grew up in Potrero Hill. He's like, man, I love this place. These are great, man. In Vietnam, sometimes we sleep in a hut or something, and fuck.
Sometimes we get
This has
food,
4
sometimes
walls.
we
full of
don't.
shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you got cable TV, running water. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of first world problems.
Right.
Dude, when I was in the Philippines for the very first time, and I was 27 when I went, right?
He cried like a bitch.
I used to work in a hotel. I did cry like a bitch. I work in a hotel
I've heard this story.
here in San Francisco, and I go over there and they say, "Oh, why don't you stay in the hotel? Because we have hotels all over the world." And I said, "No. I mean, you guys are living where you live, and
Right.
I'm not going to be in a house and say, oh, look, I'm rich American,
Right.
I said, no, I'll stay with you guys." So I go to bed that night, and I feel this thing like this, right? I look up, and there's a tail of a rat walking. I'm like, okay, maybe I should stay in the hotel. But it was like, this is normal for them. Like you were saying,
Dude, if you were hungry, that was food.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
exactly what you were saying, that, here in America,
Yeah.
we don't have that kind of thing to it, and we see that, we're like, oh my God, this is the craziest, wow, and over there they're like, oh, that's just little Charlie, he's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Dude,
right?
That was Tuesday. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. but I get your point that you're right. The third world stuff, you go outside of the United States,
Yeah.
we think
It's a
here is
free-for-all.
ugly. Over there, it's
Oh, it's a
worse
free
than
for all.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, but some of my best close friends that I still keep in contact are people that come from that because there's an understanding. There's like a rule. It's just what
those
you
lines that you have
the
to
lines,
draw.
like don't mess with somebody's money, don't mess with somebody's real. Even if you break up with that girl
Right.
and she's free, there's rules. You don't touch it.
Yeah, you don't go. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go. You
You
just
don't go behind it and say, oh,
Yeah.
well, you
No,
guys
you broke up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you did. There's rules.
yeah.
You don't mess with somebody's cars. You don't mess with their house. You know, there's just rules, man. And you got the rules. You live like that. You respect yourself. You respect them. And next thing you know, life's a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Once you start breaking these rules, you got problems.
Folks, unfortunately, we're not going to have any demo stuff in this particular segment because we don't want to get Naeem hurt and then really incriminate him even more.
Should I dance first?
I'll see that. Let's go.
Because Naeem's really going to cross some lines, and then I won't be able to stop him because he's a lot bigger than I am.
Yeah, we're also way past the hour, by the way.
Oh,
if
I
you
know.
haven't Noticed.
And-
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's always
No,
the ones
man.
that say, "I got nothing to say."
Yeah, well, we kind of got off the track of fighting, didn't we, for a little bit and just kind of
Well,
segued
this-
into
this
other
is-
stuff?
this
If
is
you
the
haven't
focus.
noticed, our shows are never about fighting.
Oh, okay. All right.
So look at the shows. You'll realize we talk maybe about 10% of the martial arts stuff.
Yeah.
And everything else just goes to shit.
I'll tell you what, let me give you, I would say, if you guys are interested, George Tetsui, one of my favorite fighters. I love to watch him fight.
Okay.
Back, like I said, back in, I'd say, 98, 97, he had a bunch. This guy was a beast.
George, I'm
man.
going to come looking for you.
Oh,
Get ready.
combat sport, I think he's in Concord. Man, he was one of my favorite fighters. I mean, bad motherfucker. Bad motherfucker. Ooh, man, it was my favorite fighter to watch.
All right, we're definitely going to reach out.
Edge Brown,
Edge
definitely
Brown,
I
yeah.
interview him, and then Cruz
Edge,
Sam.
we're calling you soon.
We're
Cruz
gonna
Sam.
find you.
Cruz Sam
Oh, that
picks it
sounded
down.
wrong.
Yeah,
We're gonna reach out to you. Sorry.
We'll find you. And then Cheetah as well. I
Not
mean,
trying to cross any lines there.
No.
There's some great guys out there with a bunch of knowledge, and I've been blessed to meet them all.
We definitely love to have him on our show.
Yeah.
You know, and folks, as all of you guys out there who watch our show regularly, you know, we just love to have a nice conversation.
Dude, this is what we get out of it. Like,
Yeah.
that's why
get a
when
kick
people are like, oh, you know, about the audience, we love you guys. Don't get me wrong, but this is for us.
Yeah, it really is.
We get to talk to people like him, find out some great stuff. Find out you guys were neighbors practically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. How funny.
And you get great stories, but above all, we get to see the human beings behind the titles, the human beings behind the jobs, behind all the things that we use to judge people or hold them higher or whatever the case may be in your particular opinion. But you get to see the human side.
Yeah,
And that's the side that we love the most.
Oh, and I
because-
want to put out a disclaimer. All those things I said about my past, I just made them up. Not really true at all.
Yes, he's good at lying. I mean, coming up with stories.
I know I'm
Coming
going
up
to
with
get a lot of calls. You know that, right? You realize this, right? I just realized I'm going to get a lot. Hey, Rico, what did he?
Dude, your mouth just, yeah. I get it. No.
Got the diarrhea of the mouth. Is that it?
He's been doing it a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta, like
We
I
get
said,
caught up
you
in the
know,
moment.
We don't
Gotcha.
edit anything else. I just realized
He can't really take that out now. Yeah.
Can't take it back.
Not
Cat's
at
out the
all.
bag.
Not at all. Well, that's the thing. We enjoy and we like talking to honest people who are upfront about
Yeah.
themselves because honestly, I think it's a dying thing. You know,
What's
just
the dying thing?
that people are that way or even allowed to be that way. Now you say something that somebody doesn't like and it becomes this whole
The
big
whole
issue.
cancel culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the cop that kicked your ass and
I had it coming.
mad respect,
Yeah.
and you admit, yeah, it was my fault, really. You know,
was.
I got
And
it.
you don't see that these days.
But if
You
it
know
were
what
to
you-
happen
it's rare.
nowadays, yeah, that cop would be indicted. It
Yeah.
would be so many things.
Well, I'm not.
We were not going to go into
Yeah.
details of that because that's a big old issue.
That is,
in
that
reference,
is.
that's
but
another hour show.
Yeah, but I highly, one more thing, like that thing, people, another dying art is people need to find that beast within them, that tribal within them, and then once they find it, control it, and then
Right.
now you know that you got this, right?
Yeah.
Now you know you got this monster, you got this beast, you got it, but you don't have to always call on it. It's
No,
there.
no.
And then
But-
you live your life and calm. But most people just want to. Bullying. Oh, I just want to be peaceful. I want to be, I want to be harmonic, which is cool, which is great.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to call upon that little inner lizard thing. You know what I mean?
well, I learned martial arts so I can live a more peaceful life, which sounds
Almost counterproductive. Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
But
For sure.
but that's because like in that situation, you took action. Any person, anybody else, or any peaceful human being would have been a victim.
Yeah, it's-
We're stuck in this victim mentality where
yeah.
we chastise.
We almost put ourselves into it too.
But it's society too, because you talk about school and you stood up for essentially your family, because that
Yeah,
teacher
I
was
was-
talking
I was-
shit
yeah, I was
about
still ghetto,
your
too.
family. No, but
But it was the right thing to do.
Nowadays,
Even your dad.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
you would have been punished.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, now
You would have been
nowadays,
punished
yeah.
way before, and
would've
they
got
would have put it on you.
expelled.
You would have
Yeah.
been like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, he's this and he's that," and sir, you can't let your child do. Dude, really? You want to chastise the person that stood up for themselves against
Right.
the bully?
Right.
Because that teacher was being a bully at that point.
Pretty much, yeah. He was an
And-
a-hole, yeah.
We're going to punish you for
Anytime
standing
someone
up for
put a finger
yourself.
in my face like that,
Yeah.
I
So
shove it right out.
why is
Right?
anybody going to ever
It's
stand up
lines.
for themselves?
I'm with you.
There's
Yeah,
lines.
I'm with you.
It's funny you say you're peaceful, you get martial arts. It's probably last story I'm gonna tell you, but
Yeah.
me and my friend Otis is like we were young and like, man, if I knew boxing, I'd be the baddest motherfucker in the neighborhood. You ain't saying shit.
There
to
was,
me.
yeah, I
You
remember
ain't,
that.
man. If I knew
I think
boxing,
we've all said that.
Yeah.
man, ain't no one
Yeah.
gonna mess with me. So yeah, I was like, man, I always wanted to do boxing, man.
Especially in the day. Back
Yeah.
in those days, that's how we really.
That's how you got
that's how we
down,
thought
right?
about
Yeah,
it,
man. I mean, like I said, fist fighting was no big whoop growing up at Trail
Right.
Hill. Man, I was
Fist
like, man,
fighting well.
if I knew boxing, man, ain't no one gonna mess with me. No one's gonna mess with me. Well, guess what? I learned boxing and Muay Thai.
Nice.
I don't want to fight anymore. I'm cool.
Because I met a bunch of dudes
Yeah,
that
so-
could fuck me up.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to fight anymore. That shit hurts. And also, it's like, yeah, if you're not a pro fighter, I mean,
Yeah, there's
what's-
no money involved.
Yeah, I mean, man, shoot, yeah. So, yeah, so like you said, you find peace kind of in a way, unless
That's-
you know,
You know, the old saying, you want peace, prepare for war.
yeah, very true.
Folks,
Oh, yeah.
we've had such a great time with our good friend here, BB.
Yeah, who had nothing to say.
who had
Nothing
nothing to
Nothing
say
to
and
say.
can't talk for squat.
Like, I'm not very,
Uneloquent
I'm not
at all.
charismatic. My vocabulary is limited, and I'm not.
But he's a
photogenic.
good-looking
Ugly.
kid.
I
Ugly.
mean, unphotogenic.
Once you get to the locker room,
I'm cutting out. I'm cutting out.
This has been Calling Conversation with me, Rick,
Eminain,
and our very special
very
guest,
special guest and friend,
the very humble and respectful
BB
BB Essler.
Etzler.
Etzler.
hey, not
There you
bad.
go. There you go.
Yeah,
Technically
nailed it.
tries.
There you go.
They
Nailed
know I
it.
suck at names. Folks, we'll see you guys then. Cut!
We're out.
Nice. Jesus.